Seeker. Welcome to the Awakening Her podcast. I am so grateful that you've been led here, and I'm excited for you that you're answering the call to manifest more magic in your life by mastering the law of attraction. So cool. My name is Talia, and I'm committed to cutting the fluff and showing you exactly how to manifest more excitement, ease, success, abundance, confidence, love, and anything else you've been craving. So if you're ready to crack the code on manifestation, amplify your intuition, and play in the quantum, we are now besties. Let's do this. Hello, Seeker. Welcome back to the show. How's it going? I am so excited that you are here today. Today we are diving into more empath stuff. So this episode is for those empaths and highly sensitive souls, those exploring potentially maybe being an empath, and anyone who ends up clicking on it. This is for you today. I'm excited to talk a little bit about the side effects, we'll call them, or the symptoms or the problems that us empaths have. And I'm going to offer some solutions today and talk about what we can do, what's really going on. It's going to be such a good episode. But first, if you are new, welcome. My name is Talia Joy. I'm a bestie in your awakening journey, helping you to manifest all the things from a soul-aligned, quote unquote, healed, confident, in your power type place. So on this show, we talk about manifestation, but it also goes a lot deeper. It's accepting the spiritual assignments, growing as a soul, turning on your gifts, and ultimately creating the most amazing experience from a place of being aligned and being in co-creation. So welcome to the show. I invite you to come find me over on Instagram or Facebook at Talia Joy Manifestation, where I love to share more about all the things. And in addition to that, I wanted to share before we launch into this episode that I am so buzzing excited for Empath Breakthrough, the brand new 4-week short, potent capsule where you will discover what it truly means to be an empath, how to manage your energy, the importance of the empath on this earth, and most importantly, how to really stand into your power. Today, we're going to talk a little bit also about the chakras. I touched on that in the last episode. So it's really stepping into safety, security, personal power, confidence in who you are as an empath. So this program is going to be really incredible. It's all coming up so potent that it's really, really important for us empaths to step into our purpose. So we are starting in just a couple weeks. Right now, in the early bird phase, it is open for just $111 for a full 4-week program, plus some WhatsApp group support. This, you guys, is so potent. And I'm making it this manageable for most people financially because it is so important that us empaths are stepping into our power. It is literally the difference between living a thriving life and not. Because being an empath is an energy game. And I know I keep saying this, but for us to manage our energy and learn what it means to be in this energy suit that we are in, to be highly sensitive, how to clear, how to protect, how to ground, this is not a luxury for empaths. This is a necessity. So whether you're learning from me or somebody else, you need to learn how to manage your energy, especially if your results are up and down, if your mood is up and down. And in general, I mean, my mood can be up and down very easily. But what I mean is huge highs, huge lows, all the feel, all the overwhelm, getting drained. We're going to go all into this today in the episode, but it is the difference between a thriving life or a barely surviving overwhelmed life. So I'm trying to make this as accessible as possible. I even have a 2-payment plan if that's what works for you. And I just would love to welcome you into the Empath Breakthrough portal program. It's going to be amazing. Access to all the things for life. The link is below so you can check that out if it is something that nudges you. Okay, so today we are talking about empath problems. And as I've been sharing with you, my understanding of empaths is shifting, and more than shifting, it's deepening. So I believe everything I've always believed. It's just going so much deeper, and there's different levels being revealed to me about how we can manage and not be a victim to being an empath. I want to be really clear. That is part of what is coming forward, is when we dwell in the label of empath and dwell in like, I'm highly sensitive, I can't handle this is too much, I'm overwhelmed, which is fully me. These are things that I say. But when we dwell too much in that, we stay a victim to being an empath. So instead, I want to really start to help move you through this episode, of course, through the program, into a place of power. Because as I said in the last episode, an empath in their power is a force to be reckoned with. So we want to talk about these problems and what's going on. And I also want you to know that you are not alone. Some of these symptoms, you might be like, I can't believe she's saying that. I didn't know other people were dealing with this. So that is also my intention with this episode. Okay, so just in case you haven't listened to the previous episode, I'm really just quickly going to say, what is an empath? You can hear the other empath episodes for more in-depth explanations. But an empath is a highly sensitive person who feels other people, can feel the energy in the room, is a very good read of people, and literally or like physically can feel people's pain, joy, sadness. So if somebody is sick and you kind of feel their sickness, or it might not be sickness or pain, but you feel their joy, you feel their heaviness. If you're around people that have a weird energy, it might feel like it physically sticks in your body. That's because you're an empath. So you're a highly sensitive person, but instead of it just being that you're sensitive to energy and language and tone of voice and body language, an actual empath picks up on the emotions and feels them in their body. So you can feel sick, nervous, pain, anxiety, joy, fear, whatever from other people. So other people really influence how you feel, their opinions, their judgment, their energy, their stuff, because you're an empath. And so again, it's about empathy and deeply caring. Empaths come from the heart. They deeply care. They literally are the person that are like, I feel your pain. However, in being an empath and taking on all of that, it can be a very cumbersome, heavy experience in some ways, which is what we're talking about today. But this is what an empath is they are highly sensitive, plus they actually feel physically in either their gut, their chest, their heart, their head, wherever they feel energy that is around, and it can literally be picked up in their body. So that is an empath. That is what it is. And it is, as I've talked about a lot, it is a gift, but there are also these downsides. So I like to talk about it. I'm going to be talking about in the program. I like to talk about being an empowered empath or a disempowered empath. And with that, it's no judgment, because in any given time, I could be like, oh yeah, I'm disempowered today, or no, I'm rocking this. So it's not judgment. It's not like, where are you? And you need to fix yourself. It's more just being aware of being this highly sensitive comes with certain territory. And as I am saying now and discovering and so excited to continue teaching, it's like we don't have to suffer with these things, but we need to be very aware of them. So the empowered empath is that naturally observant, perceptive, really good read of people, really usually very intuitive, and a good judge of character. They also, when we are in our power as an empowered empath, we're really magnetic to manifestation because our energy's big and we feel things. When we're clicked in, we become magnetic portals for amazing things. So you might just attract certain people that want to help you or are loving, or other healers, because of your state of energy, basically. So especially when we're in that power, as I said, we're naturally intuitive. We're drawn to nature. We're usually drawn to animals. We feel centered when we're maybe around the trees or on a mountain or near the lake or the sea. We also generally have quite a bit of creativity that has the ability to flow through us, especially when we are in that empowered state, because creativity comes from spirit, comes from feeling, comes from emotion. Like the best songs, the best paintings, the best acting is that state of emotion and being able to feel the emotion of the script or of the, painting, the song, whatever, and be in that, all those feels. So again, all of our feels have these beautiful plus sides of being just really from the heart, really connected, really empathetic, really healing, really understanding, right? All of those. And there are ways that being an empath can hinder our lives, and we can even talk about this in the respect to manifestation, is it can really hinder our manifestations because we have so many emotions and feelings flooding in. And often, like I said in the last episode, we're not aware of what is ours and what is other people's. We can be picking up on collective energy of a disaster going on halfway around the world, or war, or something going on in our family, even if it's in a different country. We can be picking up on, different things that we saw on YouTube and different emotions that were sparked that are now sparked and like living in our body. It gets stored. It's, of course, our friends, our family, our coworkers, our clients. Someone hires you, someone doesn't hire you. You look in the mirror, you might feel a certain way and feel it deeply. So we just have so many emotions and feelings flooding in from all sides, which causes the next thing that tends to happen that is a very common empath problem, which is overwhelm and anxiety. So I definitely relate to overwhelm. Anxiety, it comes here and there. It's not the biggest one, but a lot of my clients have, experienced anxiety, and I've helped and supported people. Of course, I do know that feeling of anxiousness. I just tend to go more to the I'm so overwhelmed. There's so much stimulation. And that's, again, because we're picking up on so much stimulus. So it's like I put on a little bit of music, even if it's quiet, and then my husband starts boiling the kettle, and that starts making a noise. And then one of my kids starts talking to me as the dog's walking around clickety clacking with her little toenails. And all of a sudden I am so overwhelmed. And so that may not be exactly you. I'm a very auditory person. So many noises gets to me pretty quick, but it's that type of thing. Being in crowds, being around lots of people can be overwhelming very easy, or anxiety, which is when we take that overwhelm and we also go into all the meaning and everything we're making it mean and all of that. So another empath problem is picking up on other people's energy, and it throws us off. So again, you have an interaction with your boss and he or she is not in a good space, and it kind of throws you off, or your friend, or you're out doing something and you get a certain text. I'm not saying if it was an emergency, of course, but we can be very easily thrown off by other people's junk. And I notice that, especially judgmental people or something, all of a sudden I'm questioning myself, and how did I occur, or how did I look? And I just have to go, you know what, I can't take that on. But we pick up on other people's energy, and it throws us off. Another thing is we feel things so deeply, as I mentioned. So we also feel our perceived failures. We can get really in our head and then feel like a failure, or we're behind, or it's almost dramatic. I'm never going to do it. I'm never going to make it. And this is not making fun of, I am the empath of all empaths. So all of this list are things that I do or have done. I can definitely relate. And sometimes it can get so heavy in our feelings because we've been in our own whirlpool of not enough, and we feel it, and then the feelings create more feelings, and it's just this whole big thing. So our perceived failures, we feel them deeply. Another thing, another empath problem is getting depleted, neglecting ourselves for others. There's also things like feeling like we don't belong. So actually, let's back up, because that one is a big one, getting depleted and neglecting ourselves. So usually, because we're an empath, I've touched on this deeper in the previous episode, but we care so much about what other people think and how they feel that we want to just do anything we can to ease their pain or make them feel better or whatever it is. So we'll give and give and give, or be like, sure, I'll do it. I'll be the one to do that. I'll be the one to do this, even though you don't want to. And then you end up getting depleted. And this can even be with kids, having a boundary that enough is enough. No, I'm tired. This is, I don't have any more energy for that. I need to sit down and take care of myself. Or it could be people in your life, work, whatever, getting depleted because we give so much to others. That leads into lacking boundaries. I'm going to get back to the separation one, but that leads into the give is we lack these personal boundaries because we are just constantly giving, which can be really difficult. Boundaries is almost always a hard one for empaths. And then the next one that I touched on a second ago is feeling like you don't belong. So this is another one where we feel so different. We feel like a delicate flower in a hard world. We feel like, why can other people handle life better, handle crowds better, not be so overwhelmed and sensitive and weird in the corner? As I always say, I'm there with you, weird in the corner. But this can lead to us feeling like we don't belong. And then again, we get into our own head and into our own feels, and it's just this whirlpool. Whereas because we're so highly sensitive to the way people feel, we also get activated very easily in a good way. Meaning if we're around a supportive group of people, or when someone believes in us or someone sees the best in us, we can actually latch on and go, really? You believe I can do it? Like, okay. Because we are quite easily influenced by other people's emotions. But when it's on this sort of quote unquote bad side, it can be really torturous because we're just stuck in the feels and just in our own perceived failure and feeling like we don't belong and all of these things. So another thing about a empath problem or another empath problem is we are more prone to addiction and compulsive behaviors and actually eating disorders because of the root chakra. So I touched on in the last episode how for some empaths, you felt trauma, you felt unsafe at some point, you didn't have control over something going on and at an early age that made you feel unsafe. You may have shot out of your lower three chakras because those are the ones to do with safety, security, identity, confidence, personal power, feeling secure in who you are, expressing yourself. And we shoot out of those because it's not safe and up into the upper chakras and become all about being an empath and being intuitive and feeling other people. So this superpower is feeling other people, yet sometimes it can be coming it's not balanced with the lower chakras activated, which is safety, security, being grounded. And that's where the addictions part comes in, is like eating disorders, insecurity, feeling really unstable mentally, physically, and then these addiction and numbing and coping. It's because we don't feel safe and secure in our frame and in our life, which is going to be a brand new part of this empath breakthrough program. Is every week we're going to be activating the root chakra and the lower three chakras to really start to sink into our frame, into our confidence, into our safety and security, because that's a huge problem with empaths. And that also leads to the last one I was going to talk about, which is having hurt feelings and taking things personally. That's classic for an empath. How many times has someone said, like, you're too sensitive, right? It's not that you're too sensitive, but you are prone to take something personally because you feel it. And when someone doesn't like what you're doing, or you sense their shifty eyes and they're judging you, or you saw the way that they looked at you or their body language, it can go internal again. The swirl pool, oh, good one, swirl pool. I love that. The swirl pool of emotions takes over, and all of a sudden we're like, oh my God, who do I need to be to impress this person? How do I look? How do they think I look? It just, you can relate, So this is, again, about confidence, safety, security, personal power, being secure in who you are. These are all of those lower three chakras. So we're going to go into that in the program. And for the sake of this episode, if you don't join us in Empath Breakthrough, I want you to know that being an empath is a game of your own energy. So learning, even if you don't take the program, but you go Google this or something, learning how to ground, clear, activate those lower three chakras, learn how to stand in who you are in that frame, in your body, not fleeing into those upper chakras to escape being present, being human, being here. I know it's hard. We want to escape into intuition and into the quantum and into the spirit realm and into the soul, which is beautiful. And you know me, I mention all of those words in like every episode. But we need to balance it with the safety, security, confidence, personal identity, personal power, because one without the other is an uneven seesaw, right? And that's when we get into all the feels with no regulation, all the overwhelm. As I said in the last episode, money is security. Money is safety. Money is being taken care of. That also hangs around the root chakra. Being able to trust people, feeling like you can sink into your life and take a deep breath and relax, right? There's so many things that come into those lower chakras, even meeting your own needs, self-care, getting proper sleep, nutrition, rest. I just said rest, water, like really taking care of your basic and hopefully then advanced, more in-depth needs. That's all those lower chakras. So if you're going like, yeah, it's hard for me to have boundaries, I don't take care of myself as much as I know that I should or I could. I feel unsafe. I'm constantly dealing with up and down money, up and down safety, security, trust, confidence, not being able to speak up or stand in my personal identity. I'm feeling these perceived failures sometimes. Like if you really relate to this stuff, in addition to the overwhelm, getting your energy depleted, this is all under one umbrella. There's a through line. So I really hope that in this journey, you continue really taking care of your energy and really standing in this place of exactly the remedy to these things, learning, embodying, activating who you truly are, learning what is my energy, what is other people's energy, working with those lower 3 chakras, because it's going to change your life. This is when the empowered empath becomes that powerful healer, leader, parent, caregiver, friend, confidant, intuitive, because they're also grounded in the earth. And when you ground down and then you rise up, holy shit, there is no stopping you. You have the gifts of the empath with the stability and the groundedness of, someone who is extremely grounded and stable and confident in who they are. And when you blend those two together, watch out. And from a manifestation standpoint, that's the mojo, because if you think of the energy of manifestation, it's not just intuiting what to do next. It's who you are being. It's standing in your confidence. It's knowing that you are worth the things that you desire, knowing that you are capable, knowing that you are worth having your needs met, standing in your confidence, standing in your personal identity. Feeling safe, feeling secure, right? That is manifestation, because manifestation, you don't manifest just what you want. You manifest who you are being. So when you don't have those chakras locked in and you feel unsafe and insecure and not confident, your energy is up and down, up and down, up and down. It's hard to really step into your gifts from that place. But when you step into that empowered state and then use your gifts, holy shit, change the world, change your family, change your community, be the light, heal yourself. That is the place of power for the empath. So I cannot wait to see you in Empath Breakthrough. It's going to be incredible, because who better to teach it than an empath that is an old soul and obsessed with manifestation? I've got you. I'm your bestie. We are going to talk about manifesting for empaths more in depth, plus all of the tools, grounding, clearing, all of that stuff. So I want you to know you are not alone. Continue doing that work and know that you don't have to suffer with these things forever. I'm actually shifting my identity, where I am now leaning into a place of I'm not a victim to those things that we're talking about. I can be in my frame, I can be in my own space and also be a healer, and I don't have to be taken down by constant overwhelm, caring so much about what other people think of me, no boundaries, all these things, not looking after myself. No more. I'm an empath, but I'm grounded, I'm on fire, and I'm continuing to ground and clear and protect my energy and work with it as a gift, but also move out of the parts that are not serving me, that are disempowering, that are draining the life force, right? So I've got you. I love you. I cannot wait to see you in that program. And I will also see you in the next episode. Okay, bye. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. And before we go, I want to ask you a question. Have you grabbed your copy yet of Manifest This Shit? Manifest This Shit is a law of attraction coloring and activity book available on Amazon, and I am so excited about it. It is packed with beautiful, inspiring coloring pages, manifestation practices, tools, places to make notes and lists and write down your intuitive hits. There's so many beautiful pages in there. It's the perfect addition to your daily practice. So whether you use it to pass time instead of being on your phone, or you use it as a creative ritual, this book has pages for everybody. I know you're going to love it. So grab Manifest This Shit on Amazon. The link is below in the show notes.